welcome to another live stream with me. This is probably one of my favorite Game Boy Advance games. I'm just trying to get the picture right here. It's kind of a weird resolution due to it being on the Game Boy player, but there we have it. Sweet. Okay. So, we're gonna go with this. So I haven't played the original in a very long time. Let's go back to the campaign. Oh, well, all my campaigns are deleted. So perfect, we can start a brand new campaign. And here we go. First mission. On this game is versus Olaf, where you get to learn slowly how to play the game. For anyone who's watching who's never played this game, this is the Advance Wars series. This is the first game of the series that was released in the US. Before this, they did have games on the NES, I believe the Super NES as well. They were called Nintendo Wars. Yeah. So, they were a lot less graphical back then. The Game Boy Advance allowed them to add a lot of graphics to the game, so. Oh, jeez. Oh, boy. Okay. I'm not really reading the text, but because I've played this so many times. Okay. Pretty much is telling us how victory, tells us where our cursor is, tells us how our CO powers work. Okay. So we can go up to any unit, click on it. Blue is them, or red, and I can check ranges by holding B. I can check their movement range by pressing A. So I can see what they can do. These are rockets, they're long range, so I'm trying to stay away from them. Artillery does the same thing. This is a small tank, so I'm actually just gonna bring my big tank into there. Can I get into cover? No, okay. Oh, I don't have battle animations on? Oh, I'm gonna fix that. Yeah. Let's get some battle animations in here. Okay, so he has a tank here. My tank should be able to reach it too. But he's in cover. Kind of stinks for me, but sweet battle animations. Such a fun series. I'm gonna change that one. Yeah, that's the one I want. So we don't have to watch when he attacks me. And the vehicles move quicker across the field too. Well, I kind of poo-pooed myself. Oh well. I'll just put that there. He really wants to go for it. So you have infantry, you have tanks. Everything has different strength values. Tanks are the strongest, except they're not really good against infantry. Recon, which is this thing, move really fast, but they're extremely squishy. I think I can move here safely. I probably can't. Yeah, that was dumb. Well, put that there. And I've moved everything. Yeah. Two poo-poos. Let's see if I can do better on day 2. Oh, well, he puts his artillery in range of my artillery. Stay in the trees. So there's a little bit of a cover system in this game. If you can see, I have 2 stars of defense by being in the woods here. It's not big. the later games put a lot more emphasis on it. This game really did not. Gotta get rid of these rockets. Oh, one lived. Not cool. Okay. Put this here. Get you back. Injured units really aren't that strong. I'll go in there for cover. Okay, this mess. So anti-air are really good against air and infantry. Sweet. Okay. By going here, his artillery can't hit me. Almost. See if my infantry can finish that off. 4% damage! Go! Yes! Machine guns take out a small tank. Okay, let's damage his artillery. Artillery, even when damaged, same with rockets, are really strong. So, they're not really to be counted down and out until they're actually destroyed. Okay. Now that's everything I have. So that was Olaf's CO power. He makes it winter, which slows down vehicle movement, and infantry. I don't think infantry gets slowed down. I can check that real quick. But it's mainly vehicles get like half movement, except he's not affected by it. There's a way. Oh no, infantry even get affected by it. How do I? I thought there's a way to pull up more data on the infantry. No. No, I thought there was. Maybe that's only in the later games. So a level ends when you either wipe out all of their units or you capture their HQ, which I think his HQ's over here. Yeah, which I'm not getting to anytime soon. By capturing cities, it gives you funds. Most levels you get to build units. This being the first mission, you're giving a preset crew. Don't get to. Ugh. Recons are terrible. If you rest on a city, your unit will heal or fix itself, however you want to view it. I can't even get anywhere. Just move. Not much more I can do. Now, for our first mission, this is actually a pretty long mission and complex. I hope I'm not doing the hard campaign. It's gonna get really bad really quick. No, he has his tank there, that would be silly. Let's get rid of their infantry. To the mountain. Mountains give the best defense, only infantry can move onto it. no, I get my CO power. Anti-CO power heals all your units too, and they get a little bit more power. But so I'm gonna wait till the top of the next turn to use it. Definitely get rid of that. Doesn't need to repair that. Now, the guys with the rocket launchers, they're like heavy infantry. If they go after a small tank or a small vehicle first, a lot of times they'll end up dealing heavy damage. If you hit them first, it's rather advantageous. Did a little bit more damage than I was expecting. Let's do this. CO power, more strength, low healing. It's good CO power in this game. Infantry there. I'm gonna move to the woods. Get some cover. Yep. There we go. Taking the advantage. Quick bombs, hopefully. Perfect. Stupid tank. The heavy infantry are good for is finishing off tanks. This probably won't make it, but get it set up. That push is ready, that push is ready. All vehicles have fuel and ammo. Machine guns don't have ammo, so the recon and basic infantry don't have ammo. And if they run out of ammo, they can only use, if they have a secondary gun, they can only use that. Way to refuel and resupply is either staying on a base for a turn, or using an APC, which they give us an APC. It is right here. You can use it to transport infantry or supply. Come back there. Okay, so he went after that, so I'll go in the woods. A little bonus. Yeah. So if I attacked him from the grass, I probably would have taken 2 damage instead of 1. But in the long run, it really helps. That's ready to move. Heal. I'm pretty sure that's just out of range. Perfect. Okay. Really? One guy. That's gone. So I can barely move because of the weather. So that's a big bummer. Like one space. Awesome. Tank before he starts to heal. What does he have left over here? That artillery. Both of them are almost at ammo. It's a bummer. Okay. That's weak. Get this moving. Okay. Back to good weather. So he has a rocket and a tank that he made it back with. So rivers are only transpassable by infantry, so that's kind of a roadblock. Okay, I'll stay out of range. That's with it. Set that up to transport the infantry. That gone. Get working on that. Get that before it heals more. Yeah. There's another guy. And you can just chill out. Okay, so he went for the bait, which is actually a plus. Let's see, what will you take? They'll actually do more, and I don't really care if they get hurt more. They're too slow to really go after. These rockets, so. Now the heavy infantry, the other real downside of them is they only get 3 shots before they're out of ammo, so he's down to 1. Rockets can't fire on targets within 2 spaces of him, so that's perfect. Get him into position. Oh, no, I wanted to pick him up. Cool. Just capture for the sake of capturing. Okay, so should be able to pop this tank. Yep. So all that he has left is that one rocket, or I can capture his HQ, but that's not gonna happen. Getting to target. That here, just because I can, and just capture that. That'll take forever. So capturing works by the value that the infantry has is how many capture points it can capture, and it takes 20 to capture any structure. So 4 means it'll take 5 turns because it's only doing 4 capture every turn. This guy captured in 3 turns because he had 7. A guy at full health can do 2 turns. And with this last tank, that will destroy that. There.
the conversations in this game are rather funny. So at the end of a level, you get ranked on how well you did. I did alright. I wasn't fast enough, and I took too much damage, but my offensive was fine. So I get an A rank. Grit is the long-range specialist. He gets longer range on all of his range units, like rockets and artillery. And later, there's battleships and anti-air missile silo things. So, he gets longer range, and they do more damage. So that's his plus. But his regular tanks are weaker. Oh boy. So we can build units. That's why we want to capture cities, especially in this one, where the last one it wasn't as important. And the big thing with this level is there's only one area to cross the river, so we have to get over this bridge to be able to attack him. And he has longer range. So yeah, his artillery gets one extra panel of range, where mine only has a... So we gotta be aware of that when going after. So we wanna get that. Get some infantry to start competing for those. From getting through, backing it up. There we go. So they're part of Blue Moon. There's Orange Star, Blue Moon, Green Earth, Yellow Comet. Yeah. So, yeah. All with different commanding officers, and they all have different techniques and everything, things that they're all good at, and it added a lot of diversity. In the later games, they added even more diversity through adding more COs and new abilities. The series was a lot of fun. Okay, so the big thing they need to be aware of is his artillery here. He also has another tank, and my tank's pretty damaged. So I think I'll wait and see what he does. Won't help my speed rank, but I feel safer. Can he build? He cannot build, so that's an advantage I will have over him. Yes. Alright. So I did enough damage that he won't be able to capture that building, which, now that I know he can't build himself, really doesn't mean much. Take care of this recon. Can't fully kill it, but the tank will pop it. He has two of those there. That's problematic. You've been there. Yes, okay. So another thing you can do to quick repair on the field is combined units. You get a refund based off if the other unit had, if the total is greater than 10, you'll get a slight refund. Nothing substantial, but it works for quick repairs on the field. I don't want to get this sitting. That should take care of him. Cool. More to charge in there, and then we'll be all set. Ah, I forgot the rockets up there. Ugh. Shoot. Oh, well, sunset failed. Full steam ahead. Charging. Not the most tactical victory plan of assault, but it will work. So mechs versus infantry, mechs are slightly stronger, so I don't know if all these infantry will be able to do this. They might, not without heavy casualties. They went after the APC. Ah, great AI. Kinda worth sacrificing those to protect the things that actually do damage. He is a great long range. Especially that is just massive, but once you get next to them, they are so squishy, and they don't get fire back because they're long range. Okay, so get myself a medium tank, start capturing. I'm not gonna attack with you, I'll use you to repair guys. Ah, great. Such immense range. Such scary range. I don't even really have anything to heal because he just destroyed everything. Yeah, I mean, this game, the AI is pretty rough, but to make hard mode in this game, instead of actually like making the AI smarter, they just add in a lot stronger units, and it helped to kind of balance the game, seeing they could hit you a lot harder. Oh, I forgot build last time, didn't I? Yep. Because they could hit you a lot harder, It made it seem like they were harder, but they just had better resources than you. I mean, they had the same funds, and it was supposed to be balanced in that way, but it all went down to the pre-built units. Their pre-built units were leagues above what everyone else had, so didn't really work. I mean, some of the AI in the later, like the final boss was better, but not exceptionally. Okay. So he's not gonna do anything, so damage that as much as I can. He's gonna be able to shoot at that, but he can't shoot at both. He does have that tank, so I'll get that up. I'm missing building one turn. The maps kind of start off better. The maps are designed to give the computer player a huge advantage. Like, I'm trying to go to his base, and he has all the defensive capabilities with his artillery all set up in that area, where I have to go there, so I have to go into fire. Which doesn't really work out for me. Might as well use this. It's really gonna repair nothing. Well, in infantry. Ooh. Huh. That's interesting with XCOM. Have you seen footage for Mario XCOM? They really dumbed down the percentages in that. It's either something is 50%, 0%, or 100%. Definitely in this series, though, the AI gets really smart in the later installments. I think they did a really good job with the AI. And the foundation and why they brought this to the Game Boy Advance was to test out the system for Advance Wars. I mean, to test out the system for Fire Emblem, to make sure that this system could work and it had interest in American audiences, which I really wish they'd make another Advance War game. I was reading someone's tweet, I can't remember who, but I guess it's been 10 years since the last Advance Wars game, and the last one was pretty terrible. It didn't have the original cast, quote, quote, original COs. It was set in a different world and everything. And, I mean, it was fun. CO powers worked very different because you deployed your CO on the field in a vehicle. And it was neat, but it didn't have the same feel. Like, this is kind of silly and fun. Which, yeah. Yeah, that one was called Days of Ruin. It was the second one on the DS. Dual Strike was the first one on the DS, and that one is my favorite. You get 2 COs, 2 screens of combat, so sometimes you have 2 battle fronts that you have to manage, which,
So much fun. Some levels are extremely hard because of that. Because sometimes you're not allowed to control your second CO. Days of Ruin took away that. It's a 1 CO thing. And definitely the COs are not, I guess the word is balanced. Because later COs are just unforgiving in their powers compared to your COs. And you're just like, well, crap. So, game's fun. Game's still fun. It's just missing a little.
Rockets. Not gonna do too much damage.
Inventory. Oh, 22%. That might not be bad. Down to 1. That should be enough to take out that one tank. That should be the last hit on the tank. That's the victory. I'd love to find research and look up the old games and the old stories. The old stories to these games, and like, well, Olaf and Grit were part of Orange Star, so it'd be interesting to see why they left. Hope it'd be in some of the older games. Yeah. Well, I think that's enough for today. That was kind of fun playing those 2 levels. Maybe I'll do this again another time. Thank you all for watching, and hopefully I'll get another chance to play this. Bye.